Hey good people, and welcome back to the channel. A little over a week ago, I was asked to review Season 3 of Love is Blind. Now this is a show that I normally don't review, but I have seen Season 2, and I thought that the concept of the show as well as most of the cast members were flat out crazy. But on yesterday, I finished watching all the episodes, and because most folks have already seen the season, I plan to just give my thoughts on the couples that were matched for the season. But before I get into the couple breakdowns, I would like to use this video to travel to the land of make-believe and pretend for one moment that I was crazy enough to sign up for a show like this. My plan for this video is to share from one man's perspective on the women that were matched for this season and how I would personally rank them from least compatible to most compatible to me. So without any further delay, let's jump right in. Now right off the bat, the cast member that I would be least compatible with is Colleen. During her time in the pods, Colleen seemed to be slightly socially awkward at times, and at other times, she constantly talked about being a ballet dancer, which was something that I really don't have much interest in learning about. Furthermore, Colleen seemed like someone who would easily fall for any guy who showed some level of interest in her. And after conversing with other guys that were on the show about their connections, any conversation about her would have me wondering if she was somebody who would be able to reel in their connection with the guy. But I think to Cole's point, it would be hard for me to want to marry a woman who only wanted to talk about surface level things and who was hesitant to let her guard down to have those deep conversations. Matter of fact, I think it would be insane to marry somebody like that only after knowing them for a few days. So indeed, Colleen would be at the very bottom for me. Right next to Colleen would be Raven. And while Raven had the body of a goddess, her telling guys how much she values looks and fitness over everything else would essentially automatically disqualify somebody like me from matching with her. And I'm not dead set on having a fitness model as a wife, as I understand that a woman's body typically goes through changes over the years. And I'm not somebody that's into Pilates, let alone general fitness. In addition to that, in the pods, Raven came off as somebody who marched to their own beat. On several occasions, she was seen exercising while guys were trying to talk to her on a deeper level, which I found to be disrespectful. And while I wouldn't have an issue with her working in the hospitality industry, I would have issues with her lack of experience being in a committed relationship. So it definitely would have never worked between us. In the middle of the pack would be Alexa. I will say that I didn't learn a whole lot about Alexa during the pod scenes. I mean, yes, she loves to eat. She's very confident in herself, and she's curvy. And based on those things alone, and the fact that she came off as down to earth, would put her above Colleen and Raven. However, I would need more than kind words and polite conversation to make me want to propose to a woman like that after knowing them for a few days. What I found missing from Alexa was a genuine sense of humor, as well as somebody who was willing to pour into a potential marriage as much as they were willing to receive. Next up is Zenib. Now solely from her time in the pods, I admired Zenib for knowing what she wanted, being unapologetic about it, and she displayed amazing conversation skills with all of her matches. What I also found interesting about Zenib was her willingness to discuss how important family was to her, as well as her willingness to talk about the deep topics. In my opinion, when it comes to making the decision to propose or accept a proposal from somebody in less than a week of knowing them, Zenib came into the process with the best intentions as well as the best strategy. But my number one connection out of this particular group would definitely be Nancy, hands down. Right off the bat, Nancy came off as friendly, personable, feminine, and her energy was contagious. In my opinion, just judging by the pod scenes alone, she came on the show for the right reasons, and she was also an active listener. Now, she might throw some guys off with her willingness to talk about any and every subject, but what I found unique about somebody like Nancy was that she not only seems fun to be around, but she puts it all on the table and lets the chips fall where they may. Now, while this approach didn't work for Nancy on the show, I think that many guys like myself would absolutely love to be around a woman with Nancy's personality. But that's just my opinion. And this marks the end of the video. As I said in my community post, I'll be posting videos of my thoughts on each couple for Season 3 throughout this week, and I'll be looking forward to seeing what you all think about my opinions. If you have any comments about my list or these cast members, Feel free to leave them below in the comment section, and I'll be sure to respond to everybody. Until next time, stay tuned and stay safe. Peace.